Imagine living in a small English town where no one expects your name to be remembered beyond your own lifetime. Yet more than 400 years later, your words are spoken in classrooms, theaters, films, and homes across the world. That is the extraordinary story of William Shakespeare, a man whose life remains partly hidden in mystery, but whose influence has never faded. William Shakespeare was born in 1564 in Stratford-upon-Avon, England. His father, John Shakespeare, was a respected glovemaker and local official, while his mother, Mary Arden, came from a prosperous farming family. England was still recovering from outbreaks of plague, and no one could have imagined that the young boy, growing up in this quiet market town, would become the greatest playwright in history. As a child, Shakespeare most likely attended the local grammar school, where he studied Latin, history, poetry, and the great writers of ancient Rome. Although he never attended a university, his curiosity and remarkable memory allowed him to absorb knowledge that would later appear throughout his plays. His stories reveal an understanding of politics, human emotion, love, jealousy, ambition, betrayal, and forgiveness that continues to resonate with audiences centuries later. At the age of 18, Shakespeare married Anne Hathaway, a woman 8 years older than him. Together they had 3 children, Susanna, and twins Hamnet and Judith. Then something unusual happened. For several years, Shakespeare disappeared from the historical record. Historians still debate what he did during these lost years. Some believe he worked as a school teacher, others think he traveled with acting companies, while some suggest he held various jobs before finding his true calling. Whatever happened during those missing years changed the course of his life. By the early 1590s, Shakespeare had arrived in London, where the city was alive with theaters, performers, and audiences eager for entertainment. He began his career as an actor, but soon discovered that his greatest talent was writing. His plays quickly attracted attention because they combined unforgettable characters, gripping stories, humor, tragedy, and deep insight into human nature. Unlike many writers of his time, Shakespeare was also a shrewd businessman. He became a shareholder in a successful acting company known as the Lord Chamberlain's Men, later renamed the King's Men after receiving royal patronage. He also became part owner of the Globe Theatre, one of London's most famous playhouses. This gave him both creative freedom and financial success, allowing him to build a comfortable life while continuing to write. Over the course of his career, Shakespeare wrote around 39 plays, 154 sonnets, and several narrative poems. His works include timeless masterpieces such as Hamlet, Romeo and Juliet, Macbeth, Othello, King Lear, Julius Caesar, and A Midsummer Night's Dream. Each explored universal themes that remain relevant today: love and loss, ambition and power, revenge and mercy, hope and despair. One of Shakespeare's greatest achievements was his extraordinary command of the English language. He introduced hundreds of new words and popularized countless expressions that people still use every day. Phrases such as break the ice, heart of gold, wild goose chase, love is blind, and all that glitters is not gold became part of everyday speech because of his writing. His ability to capture human emotions in simple yet powerful language transformed English literature forever. Success did not shield him from personal sorrow. In 1596, his only son, Hamnet, died at the age of 11. Many scholars believe this heartbreaking loss influenced the emotional depth of Shakespeare's later tragedies, where themes of grief, family, and mortality became even more profound. In 1613, disaster struck when the Globe Theatre caught fire during a performance after sparks from a stage cannon ignited its thatched roof. The building burned to the ground within a short time. Although no lives were lost, the event marked the end of an important chapter in Shakespeare's theatrical career. The theater was rebuilt the following year,
continuing the legacy of the plays that had captivated London audiences. After years of remarkable success, Shakespeare retired to Stratford-upon-Avon, where he spent his final years with his family. He died in 1616 at the age of 52 and was buried inside Holy Trinity Church in his hometown. His grave bears a famous inscription warning against disturbing his remains, and it has remained untouched for more than 4 centuries. Perhaps the greatest mystery surrounding Shakespeare is how little we truly know about him. No personal diaries have survived. Very few letters exist. Only a handful of signatures remain in his own handwriting. Yet despite these gaps in the historical record, his works have preserved his voice more clearly than any biography ever could. Today, William Shakespeare is recognized as the greatest playwright in the history of the English language. His works have been translated into more than 100 languages, performed on every continent, adapted into countless films and television productions, and studied by millions of students around the world. More than 4 centuries after his death, his stories continue to inspire actors, writers, filmmakers, and readers of every generation. William Shakespeare's journey reminds us that greatness is not determined by where a person begins, but by the ideas they leave behind. From the son of a glove maker in a quiet English town to the world's most celebrated dramatist, he proved that words have the power to outlive kingdoms, conquer time, and speak to the hearts of people forever.